Hello, I am Shelby, and this is my assignment 5 for AEP 867. So this is my rationale or my review over the project that I did for with my students. So for this lesson, students were practicing utilizing social media tools for storytelling purposes and to create their own snap stories for student publications. I am a broadcast and yearbook advisor at a high school, so we have been trying to incorporate more social media with our student publications. So, do the tasks yield appropriate evidence of identified understanding? So, yes, I wanted to try and incorporate, community, reaching out to the community, reaching out to others that might not just like be looking at our yearbook or our YouTube page. And so, I wanted to incorporate that, but also incorporate obviously technology, and using the piece with their phones. So, they had to create graphics and videos and things like that to use to try and tell the story of an event while using Snapchat. A lot of my students say that they get their news through Snapchat, and I just did by doing research and stuff like that for this project. I've noticed that a lot of other teenagers are using Snapchat or just social media in general for getting their news. So that's what I wanted to teach my students. Do the tasks involve a complex, real-world, authentic application of the identified knowledge, skills, and understandings? Again, yes. So this is, I have examples that we watched of like National Geographic, New York Times, NBC of what their journalists are doing for this project or for, just telling the news through social media, through Snapchat now. So it was really cool to, be able to get their feedback, my students' feedback on, what real world journalists are doing and what my students could do to be like them and tell stories through Snapchat in a visually appealing way that would make, people want to come back and also tell the facts. Are a variety of appropriate assessment formats used to provide additional evidence of learning? So I think that I could include a little more checks throughout the way. They fill out the journalistic research and we do Venn diagram, over those 3 examples of the real world examples, but I'm not necessarily like checking, and I've done this project before, tweaked it about every time, and so I think that just continuing to be able to check their progress throughout would help, because a lot of them some of them wait till the last minute to go film something, and their quality obviously isn't as good as ones who actually spent time doing the day of the event handout, doing the journalistic research and things of that nature. So just making sure that they're on top of everything that they need and are aware of what's on the rubric and what they're going to be graded for. Are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect upon their learning and performance? So this is actually something I haven't done in the past either. On other projects that we've done, they've gotten to do basically like a Google form, like assessing their group members participation in the project, and just feedback what they would maybe do differently next time. So I think that this is something I could definitely incorporate to this project because they have to do it in others in my class. So I think this would be really easy for them to just look back on what they did and what they could do differently. Was it visually appealing? Did they tell a story? Were the graphics easy to read? Just things of that nature that I think a lot of times it's easy to just turn something in and we don't really think back about, the performance that we put into it or, the quality of the work. So yeah, overall, that's my rationale for this assignment. My references up here, I had my ISTE standard for the project right there on that slide. So thank you.